everybody, welcome back to my channel. It is August 14th. Today is supposed to be the official release of the G.I. Joe Classified Series Cobra Island Target Exclusives, which I am now going to call Elusives, because that's basically what they are. When you talk about an exclusive, you're really just talking about something that you're never going to get, maybe, unless you get lucky. So, a little history on my story. Around August 1st, there was speculation online, especially Twitter, where the G.I. Joe official Twitter account said that the figures were going to be available on August 1st in stores. I went down to Target. I talked to the guy in the toy department. He basically said their system said 8/14, and that was set in stone. He also told me that they had 2 boxes of G.I. Joes. One box was all one figure, and one was a mixed lot box, and they had 3 of the G.I. Joe Baroness with the C.o.i.l, the motorcycle, that were coming in, and they were going to be available on August 14th. I stopped by about a week ago just to confirm August 14th. The Target app continued to say August 14th. I got up this morning, so I go to the first Target, and it's 7:55. I'm like pretty much the only one waiting outside. I go in, grab a basket, head right over to the toy department, and the shelves are basically empty and void of any G.I. Joes. I talked to the same employee that I've talked to twice, and he basically said, oh, they got like some memo said they could sell them early, so they threw them all out on the shelf and they sold out. Then I went to a second Target, which is closer to my house actually, walked down to the aisle, and empty. You do have the alternate version of Roadblock here. Good thing it's 8/14, the release date. As you can see, there was a Roadblock on the shelf. I picked them up, but what you did not see was that I had already grabbed Beachhead. So these 2 figures were actually in the store, hanging on the pegs. I went and scanned them. It was 1 available, 0 in back stock. There were a couple of Roadblocks on the shelves and a couple of Beachheads on the shelves, but I know how hard these are going to be to find for people. I don't want people to have to pay outrageous prices on eBay, so I thought I would leave the other ones on the shelf for another lucky shopper to roll in there and find, because I was very happy to see these figures on the shelf. Originally, I had both Beachheads in my hand when I was shooting that video, but I thought about it. I put the other one back. So anyways, that's my experience with the Target Elusives and the official 8/14 release date. And what we'll do is we'll start with Roadblock, because I think this Roadblock's actually kind of cool. He's got that beard. He's got his little cap on. He's got the little headphone thing on the side of his head. I think he looks pretty cool in the box. As a reminder, this is the Wave 1 Roadblock vest on. He's nicely shaven. He's got like a nice cut beard, and he's got his laser pistol. I do kind of like this dark tone on this one a little bit better, but once we get to the box, we'll take a closer look. Anyways, this is Roadblock. Let's take a closer look at the packaging before we compare them to each other. So you got the Special Missions Cobra Island logo right here. You got some artwork on the front. You turn it to the side, and you got Roadblock with his glasses, and you got him down here firing. On the flip side, you basically got the standard, it's like the blue side panel that all the rest of them had. This does have like a window right here, which is kind of interesting that this window kind of continues, but they have it blocked off so you can't see the figure. Now on the back, it's a little bit different from the original ones. The original ones, as a reminder, had an overview of all the figures that looked like they were going to be coming out. And this one is Special Missions Cobra Island, so you got this like base built up in here. And I'm just imagining if they did a HasLab for G.I. Joe, it might be Cobra Island. The facade of like half of a mountain with this like base right here with like a little landing pad and kind of like a road and some jungle off to the side. That would be really cool. Maybe we'll see it. Maybe somebody will build like a huge diorama in their room for their G.I. Joes. I think that could be super cool. I'm kind of hoping for it. But let's open the figure because that's what we're here. Okay, so we got the figure out of the package. And the first thing that I want to say is when I look at this rifle right here, his gun, it's very similar to the silver one except for it's painted in black. It does have blue here instead of red. And inside it does not have anything that's like a blue, like lighted up like on the other one. But it does have the magazine, which already came seated. So I realize now that I had put the other one upside down according to how they actually intended it to be. So I think it's kind of classic when you look at this and you think of Roadblock with this like long rifle, because here's my actual vintage Roadblock. As you can see, he's got his long machine gun here, which is kind of standard for him to have, like a really long gun. Now this was more the traditional, you know, he had his nice shaved head and stuff like that. But this figure actually looks pretty good. I'm kind of impressed by it. I do like the little bandana that he's got and this little earpiece. I almost wish this was like a clip-off, clip-on, but I don't think it's going to bother me that much. The other thing that I like is that you're going to have some movement in this figure that you didn't have in the other one because he's not wearing that big bulletproof or laser-proof vest. He's got like a skin-tight shirt on. He's got that notch in the back so you can throw a backpack or something on if you want. But he's got his same tattoo. And let's go over the face sculpt. I think that looks really good. I really do like that beard. I think he looks really good. This is a nice sculpt on this, considering that there's nothing really for them to have modeled it after except for a cartoon or a video game. I'm sure maybe they actually did the video game from the figures. Anyway, so you got his arm movements here, and he does have this extra joint right here, so which gives him a little bit more range of motion. And then he's got this upper movement in the arm. He's got double jointed arm, which gives him a little bit more flex. If you watch the, oh man, look at that. That just comes right off. Okay, anyways. On camera, folks, so he's got that, the full range. Of course, his muscle's gonna get in the way. That's on both arms. And then he has this like nice arm gauntlet, which goes with the gloves. And that apparently will probably come off if you just pop off the hand. You could just take that off. So anyways, let's go back and talk about the head. So he does look up a little bit, but not that much. The beard kind of keeps him from looking down at all. Look at that. I just touched his arm and it popped off. Okay, anyway, well, that's better. See his arm? I just like touching it and it's like popping out of the sleeve. Anyways, yeah, that's because look at that. Just pops right on out. Okay, so anyways, he doesn't really look down because of the beard kind of gets in the way. He's got this upper arm or upper body pivot right here that goes back and forth. He actually has swivel at the waist, which is kind of nice, and it's 360. He's got good leg motion, right? He's got an upper leg movement there. He's got the movement at the boot, and he's got the forward and back on the foot, and of course that's on like this joint that allows some swivel. So anyways, he's got the double jointed knee, which gives him some flexibility there, and I don't know how much that's going to bother me with his arm popping off. I almost wish I would have got the other one and I could have just taken this one back as a defective. I think it's okay, the arm, if I'm just posing him or whatever, I don't think it's going to pop off. Somebody had left me something in the comments a long time ago saying, you're very rough with your figures. And I think I responded and said, yeah, I'm rough with my figures because, you know, these are our toys. So if you can't give this to a kid and have them play with it, you know, a 4-year-old, and have him play with it, and he doesn't stay together, then I think that's a defect in the figure itself. You can see like little stuff like this little pin that holds his arm is a little bit too long. There's some little stuff like that. Those are all like manufacturing, and I'm sure it's because they were just cranking out these G.I. Joes. Okay, so here we have Roadblock, Cobra Island, Special Missions Cobra Island. We'll stand them up next to Wave 1 Roadblock, and right next to original Roadblock. So there you have it. G.I. Joe Classified Series Roadblock. I hope you like this review. Please leave me some comments down below and let me know what you think. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button so you know when I put up videos and come back for more. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it.